season 2001. I'm Bill Hillgrove along with Myron Cope. Tunch Ilkins on the field right now will join us in a little bit. And this afternoon we open a new era. I know it's a preseason game, but it still opens a new era. Three Rivers is gone, and it just seems like yesterday, Myron, that we were at that New York Giants preseason game when Terry Bradshaw was a rookie, and they opened up this beautiful new stadium. And it wasn't yesterday. It was a few years ago, and now we have still another stadium, and this is one fabulous facility.
Yeah, just a few words about it. For one thing, I don't think there's a fan in America who likes to see a stadium named after a corporation, but that is the way of the world now in football. And as long as it has to be that way, I think Heinz Field, I was glad that Heinz put their name on this field because they're an old Pittsburgh firm with a lot of Pittsburghers working there. So that suits me peachy. A lot of squawking about the yellow seats, so I've noticed that depending on the light, they're either yellow or gold. They look right now to me more gold than yellow. But as I was driving, I got here at 8 a.m. this morning, anxious to have a better look at the place, and driving over the Fort Pitt Bridge and the Fort Duquesne Bridge from the South Hills, it was a foggy day with a lot of early morning haze. The one thing you could clearly see was this stadium, and I thought that's kind of neat. And I think the color of those chairs is growing on me, and that perhaps it'll grow on some of the people who have been hollering about it. But anyhow, you mentioned the NSYNC did you mention the NSYNC what was it? Concert.
We were talking about that before we took the air, and we were hoping that there wasn't any damage to this beautiful grass field, and there does not appear to be any.
But look what happened in Denver. I read in Sports Illustrated this week. They had a concert by the Eagles rock band, whoever they are, and it says refunds were given to thousands of fans. Excuse me.
That's quite all right.
In certain sections of the upper deck at Denver's new Invesco Field for a concert on August 11th, they complained of garbled sound. The band's audio manager said the stadium was designed to enhance crowd noise at Bronco games and is ill-suited to concerts. That's the manager of the band talking. And he says that, he's been in the business 30 years. He said he called the concert my worst stadium night experience. Well, apparently they didn't have any trouble with the NSYNCs here, but they said up in the upper deck to our left there, the stadium was swaying, and papers quoted one fan saying he couldn't focus his binoculars because he was going up and down. That's not swaying. Swaying is from side to side. That's bobbing. So maybe those fans bob, but they don't sway.
Thank you for that architectural observation. We'll have more from Heinz Field. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.